For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
If they are talking about us,
living in your head rent-free all this time,
we must be relevant. Radio Cayman since 1976.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk Today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host, Charles Glidden.
Coming up, listen, ladies, Health City is with me to talk about menopause, and later it's Open Line. Talk Today's next on Radio Cayman. Stay with me.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Today. I'm Charles Glidden. Thank you for tuning in and making me a part of your afternoon. Monday. It's back to the grind. No way to escape. I hope all the daddies out there were treated well over the weekend. I hope you had a good Father's Day. You know, we have to make a new rule for Father's Day, right? If you're gonna give Daddy a gift, you cannot give him any tools. No power tools. Because tools are associated with work. So we do enough work. We don't need any encouragement or implements to encourage work, right? You cannot give Daddy a tie. We have a whole closet full of ties already that we don't even wear. So no ties and no cologne. Cologne is sort of a suggestion that we don't smell good enough. So here, Dad, put on some cologne, will you? Please? You got to get more creative with the gifts for Daddy. You know, maybe a massage or something like that. That I'm sure your dad would enjoy that. So get creative. Start thinking from now for next year. Well, Health City is in the studio this afternoon, and Health City has one of the most comprehensive menopause clinics in Cayman. And joining me now to tell us more about the services at Health City and understanding menopause is Dr. Aditi Nagaraju. She is a consultant in general medicine at Health City. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now,
everyone.
Is the menopause clinic at Health City, is this something that is new?
Kind of. Even we've been doing menopause checks and menopause, treatment for a long time now. But we have started a dedicated menopause clinic so that it is much more easier, the evaluation, follow-ups. So we have a dedicated team which consists of physician, a gynecologist, nutritionist, and anybody else who can contribute. So it is quite streamlined. you know when a patient comes for menopause or evaluation of one, what we are supposed to do, and it's much more streamlined now. So that is the goal of the menopause clinic, so that we don't miss on patients who are just generally walking in with symptoms not being missed, not being diagnosed appropriately, or getting delayed with the investigations and follow-ups. So yeah, we have a dedicated menopause clinic now.
So this is a much more extensive kind of thing than just
Yes.
visiting your family doctor.
Yes. So we are focused on menopause, the issues which is related with menopause. It's not just the gynecological issues. Menopause has an effect on your general health, a lot of which I'll be talking about in some time. So your overall health and evaluation of the same, so that we do not miss on anything during the evaluation.
Now, do some women have a tougher time going into menopause than others? I mean, is it
Yes.
some women don't have any problems at all, or?
So the statistics say that almost 85% of the women experience some or the other symptoms of menopause. It can be mild in some, severe in some. But the sad part is most of them do not even realize that these are because of the menopause. So they are doctor shopping, going to multiple places, getting themselves evaluated, and only after a few years or later in time, it's realized that, okay, this is because of menopause. So that is the idea, where we are focusing on the symptoms, educating basically. That is the first step. So that you are aware, these kind of shows we are doing, so that you are aware of, okay, what's happening with you. It can be menopause. It can be something else as well. But all your symptoms might be because of menopause, and you approach your physician a little earlier.
So what symptoms that a woman might experience that she should say, I need to have this looked at further and come to your clinic?
Yes. So unfortunately, menopause is a diagnosis which is done retrospectively. That is, you need to have 12 months of missed menstrual cycles, after which that is the definition of menopause. But by then, for 1 year, you've been you don't know what is happening with you. But you might have other symptoms, like the most common, what we say, vasomotor symptoms, which is night sweats, hot flashes. These come much earlier, followed by irregular menstrual cycles. So a lot of times it is related to, okay, probably I'm stressed, I'm having some issues at work, that is why I'm not getting some sleep. So people try to ignore it. So these are the earliest symptoms, the most common being vasomotor symptoms, that is night sweats and hot flashes. So if you are able to diagnose at this stage, it is much helpful, because therapy started earlier works much better. You're able to start treatment early, use it for a short duration, and you can also stop the therapy at the earliest. So that is the aim, rather than there are people who are struggling for 10 years, 20 years with the symptoms, not realizing that this is because of menopause.
So those women have been going to doctors trying to seek some kind of relief? Or?
Most of them do not. They try to, okay, this is just something temporary. I'm probably not resting well. I'm stressed. So this is the kind of thing, because it's more generalized. It's not particular to one system. The symptoms are much generalized. So you try to relate it to something else rather than menopause, and you try to ignore it for some time, unless it is really affecting the quality of your life. So the quality of life is something which is really being messed up here. A lot of people are not able to concentrate at work, do their basic regular daily living activities, sleep disturbance which goes on for months and years together. You are not able to concentrate well at work, you are having brain fogs, you are gaining weight, a lot of these issues, and they tend to relate it to something else, and that's how things are missed. Because there is not much awareness. These are the topics which are not discussed openly For reasons unknown, people do not talk about it like how they talk about diabetes or hypertension or heart issues. They do not talk much about menopause or the symptoms that they're going through.
So, I mean, the symptoms are, I guess for the want of a better word, more vague for women.
Exactly.
You just
Exactly.
just don't feel good today.
Yeah. Most of the times it's like, oh, I'm not able to sleep. Well, probably I'm just overthinking. I had some coffee in the evening, So it's kind of vague. It's not like not everybody has irregular menstrual cycles.
Mm-hmm.
So when that happens, definitely they go to their physician or gynecologist, which is when things are picked up. But a lot of them might not even have that. So that is why things are missed.
What are some of the more severe symptoms that a woman might experience?
So especially emotional issues where people have gone into severe depression and they have been treated with antidepressants, diagnosed with multiple mental health issues, but the basis of this can be coming from menopause. So mental health issues are something which really hamper your quality of life, your personal life, your, family equation. And that has led to a lot of issues. This is the non-medical part, but this is the most common thing.
And some women start menopause earlier than the average?
Yes. So the average age, if you see, it is somewhere between 50 to 51 years of age. But the common age you can say is between 45 to 55. There are few people, like 2 to 4% of the population, who develop it before 40 years of age. That's called premature menopause. So there the symptoms are much more severe, and definitely they need help with respect to hormone replacement therapies. But majority of them, it's between 45 to 55 years of age, and sometimes it can go on for 2 to 3 decades. So, a lot of them spend almost 1/3 of their lifespan with the perimenopausal symptoms, because it starts in your 40s, it can go up to your late 60s and even 70s if not diagnosed and taken care of at the time.
All right, we have to take a little break here, and if you have any questions...
The best foundation you can wear is Glow.
If you have any questions, you can give us a call, 1-800-534-8255. That's courtesy of Flo. You can also call us at 949-8037, 949-6990, and WhatsApp 925-3261. We'll be right back.
The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skin care, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drporterkman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, invites you to be a part of history as we rename our headquarters to honoring the man who helped build our national station from the ground up. Join government officials, past and present staff, and family and friends as we pay tribute to Mr. Loxley Banks for his decades of service to broadcasting and to our islands. Join us on Friday, June 26 at 9 a.m. right here on the grounds of Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman, the voice, heart, and soul of the Cayman Islands.
Happy 50th anniversary, Radio Cayman. My name is Carl Brown. You're the spirit and the ethos of the Caymanian people. Lomax Rankin in the mornings. Cheryl Ann and Joy Brandon reading news. Dorian Miller the first talk show host. Sportscaster Ed Bush. What a memory. Radio Cayman is more than the voice, it is the soul of the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and I'm speaking with Dr. Aditi Nagaraju. She's a consultant of general medicine at Health City, and of course they have one of the most comprehensive menopause clinics in Cayman. And as far as understanding what goes on with menopause, there's a phases that women go through, right? Tell us about that.
So first thing we need to understand that this is a physiological transition. Okay, it's not anything pathological, it's not a disease. Like how women go through menarche, they go through pregnancy. Menopause is another physiological transition. So a lot of them feel like there is something wrong with them, that it's a disease they're having. So that mindset needs to change.
Some women are totally unprepared and don't realize that this is going to happen in life?
Yes, they are they're aware, but they might not realize that, okay, they are going through this. And when we say that, okay, probably all your symptoms are because of menopause, we need to work on it, you might need some medications. So the common thinking is that, okay, if I'm needing medications, then something's wrong with me. This is just medications we give to help you with the physiological transition a little better. So there are 3 phases. One is the perimenopause, which starts a little earlier. Like I said, it might be before 45 years of age or at 45 years of age, when you do not have actual gynecological problems. Your menstrual cycles might be regular, but you might have all these other symptoms like vasomotor changes, night sweats, emotional mood swings, a little bit of fatigue, irregular sleep cycles, and some vaginal dryness, genitourinary symptoms. So this is perimenopause. Then comes menopause when, okay, for the 12 consecutive months you are not having your menstrual cycles. That is the exact menopause definition. Then there is postmenopause. So as the hormones have declined, your estrogen, progesterone levels in the body have declined, it leads to a lot of effects on your body. Like it might weaken your bones, risk for cardiovascular diseases. All these are postmenopausal effects. That is the effect because your estrogen, progesterone levels have declined. So these are the 3 phases. Not necessary that everybody goes through each and every phase, but most commonly we see perimenopause, that is they come with the vasomotor and the general symptoms quite often. A lot of time the postmenopausal effects are diagnosed retrospectively. That is, a young 50 or 60-year-old lady comes with a fracture. Then you do evaluation, you see that, okay, the bones are quite weak, which is why she developed a fracture with a minor incident. And that is when retrospectively you know that, okay, there is osteoporosis because of the postmenopausal effect. So these are the things which can be prevented. Because you have a fracture, your quality of life for the next few months, you get your surgery done. It's unnecessary, right? So which is why screening early, making sure that you're having good cardiovascular health, bone health, and preventing these things is very much possible. So right now it's quite advanced. We start screening patients at the earliest at 45 or plus, and we follow them up after that and make sure that we try to reduce as many complications as possible.
So do a lot of women, besides the physical symptoms, but what about the medical aspect of this, the emotions, the mindset?
That is a major problem what we go through. So a lot of new cases of depression, anxiety are diagnosed during this phase. Now, not necessary that every case diagnosed is because of menopause. but a majority of them can be because of it. Because you're not having good sleep, your hormones are fluctuating a lot, so it plays with your mind. You're having a lot of vulnerability, you're not sleeping well, irritable, depression, you're having brain fog, so you're not able to do your daily activities well, you're not able to perform well at your workplace, you're having a lot of issues with your sex life. So all these things will eventually bottle up and lead to depression. The thing is, because people are not talking about it openly, so they feel this is something just happening to them, which is why we encourage talking to peers, friends, so that you're not alone, and this is something physiological, it's natural, and it can be taken care of. So a lot of patients diagnosed with depression are referred to us, so it comes the other way around, and then we diagnose them to have perimenopausal symptoms.
Is there a point where a woman reaches that she says, well, that's behind me. Let's move on and let me live. It's over now?
Yeah, a lot of them. Now, because not everybody gets the severe symptoms, right? Mm-hmm. For some, it's mild. And a lot of lifestyle changes can help you deal with this. So a lot of people who are aware start taking care of their physical health, sleep hygiene, proper diet, exercise, and supplements like to maintain your bone health. And for them, it's a little easier transition. So that is why we do the regular health checks, where we are able to pick up these symptoms, put patients on supplements, and make sure that the phase is a little easier. You cannot, miss it. It has to happen. It will happen to most of the women, but you can make it a little easier with early identification and treatment.
So is it, in some cases, a motivator for women to start taking better care of themselves?
Yes, of course. So, which is why we are doing all these awareness programs, so that, they start doing the necessary at the earliest. So when you're reaching your 40s, you can feel differences in your body. You will have aches and pains for no reason, fatigue, you're gaining weight, you know that you're a little moody, anxious, not sleeping okay. So start with the basics. Not every patient requires hormone replacement therapy. Okay, it is individualized. Only people who have severe symptoms and particular indications, we give them hormone replacement therapy. For a lot of them, when they come early, we can do lifestyle changes, and that itself can make a huge difference.
You mentioned that among the symptoms and issues that women have problem with sex,
yes,
their relationship.
Yes.
How does that affect some marriages and their whole relationship?
So yes, it definitely does, because that is why even the spouse needs to know. So the education is not only for women, it's also for the partner. So you need to know that these symptoms reduce libido, vaginal dryness, dyspareunia, which is very difficulty when pain during sexual intercourse, mood changes. All these are because of menopause. So if there is awareness, if there is education, probably the relationship can get better and not end up into something.
So an awareness and understanding on the part of the spouse is very important also?
Extremely important, yes.
Now, tell us about the clinic itself. At what point should a woman be coming and saying, I think I need to have some help here?
So we encourage doing a general medical health check, not particularly related to the menopause. A general medical health check for women who are 40 plus or earlier if they are having any symptoms. So that when you're talking to your physician, we ask you about your general health, your sleep, what do you feel, your emotional status. We do some tests. So we get a rough idea of what is happening with respect to your menstrual cycles and the gynecological health. So from there, we are able to sometimes pick up patients who we feel, okay, they need a little bit extensive evaluation, and then we target investigations related to menopause, try to understand what phase of menopause they are in. Are they in perimenopausal phase? They're nearing menopause, they're postmenopausal phase, and then accordingly guide them. So getting a health check yearly or once in 2 years is advised, so that at least you know where you are and what needs to be done. Or sometimes now you have every information on the internet. You Google your symptoms, it might tell you what you're going through. So if you have any such doubts, just come talk to your physician and you'll get some clarity about it.
So is that what you would call the protocol, or when a woman comes to you, there's a protocol that you put them through?
So these are the particular questions we ask them. One is the menstrual history, second is the sleep, vasomotor symptoms, genitourinary symptoms, sexual life. We also scan for the bone health, the cardiovascular health, and with all these we will get to know what is happening. Some hormonal tests sometimes to get some clarity, because a lot of these symptoms, like I said, it is quite vague. You might have developed diabetes, and that can also produce some night sweats and weight gain, things like that. So these are the symptoms, common symptoms what if the patients are having, we definitely concentrate on menopause.
I have a question here on WhatsApp.
Okay.
It says, please ask what the symptoms are if the person does a hysterectomy. I removed my uterus and cervix, but I left my ovaries. Still having pain every month, like when my period would come. Is that okay?
So ovaries, basically menopause is where the ovaries are, getting atrophied. That is, the work of the ovaries to produce estrogen and progesterone is declining. So because you have a hysterectomy done, you will not have monthly menopause. So the first symptom where we say irregular menstrual cycles is ruled out here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but as the ovarian function declines, you will have other symptoms like hot flashes, night sweats, emotional disturbances, genitourinary symptoms, sexual issues. So for somebody with hysterectomy, the menstrual cycles is out of question. These are the other symptoms which you need to look for.
But would you recommend she check on that pain?
Of course. Definitely you need to check on that. So for such people, we do a hormonal evaluation. So we look at what is happening with the ovaries. We see if the ovary is still producing estrogen, progesterone, and the higher hormones, what we say FSH. So based on the values of these hormonal evaluation, we'll get a fair idea of, okay, what is happening with the ovarian function, how far it is, and it helps us with diagnosing.
I mean, you would say that she should not be having pain.
So though there is hysterectomy done, a lot of people, because the ovary is functioning, they can have some amount of pain during the monthly menstrual cycles. Mm-hmm. Though they do not have menstruation, they can have some amount of pain. So pain is not the concern here. Okay, pain is something which can be expected, but it is kind of dicey to understand where you're in the menopausal stage.
You would have to see her to give a true evaluation of what's happening.
Yes.
It's best that she sees the physician.
Definitely.
Okay, we need to take a little break here. Remember, you can call and ask a question about menopause. 1-800-534-8255. That's courtesy of Flo. 949-8037, 949-6990, or WhatsApp 925-3261. We'll be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. I'm talking with Dr. Aditi Nagaraju, consultant of general medicine at Health City. And we're talking about understanding menopause. And as you mentioned, it's not just women who need to understand menopause, but spouses too, or partners, however you want to refer to it. Yeah. Men should understand what's going on with women at the same time.
Yes.
That will help the relationship that can sometimes get rocky at this point.
Yes, definitely. So sometimes, there is also something called as andropause, where even men go through something similar, but it's not this exaggerated. It is a little smoother. So probably they might not realize the transition that is called andropause, where the male sexual hormones are also declining with age. So we did a lot of men's health awareness so that, it is both the partners are going through it. And unfortunately, there is not much talk happening, not much discussion happening. So they're just going through it on their own. So even for men, such symptoms can develop, like low libido, issues with sexual health, feeling very tired, losing muscular mass. And a lot of them will also require hormone replacement therapy like women. So which is why communication is important there, because both of you are going through something and it's much easier if you just discuss and sort it out, right?
So would your clinic be for men also?
So yes, we also do men's health, especially we test for, when patients come with such symptoms, we do test for hormonal evaluation in men, and we offer hormone replacement therapy even for men. Though the numbers are not very high like women, like almost 85% of women are going through menopause, the numbers are much lesser in men.
And not as traumatic as what it is for a woman.
Yes.
So walk us through what happens when a woman comes to the clinic. What is the procedure that they can expect?
Yes. So if they're already aware that they're going through something like this, we get a dedicated take them to a dedicated menopause clinic, where the first visit we take a very detailed history, and that gives most of the information that we need. Then we do some test, supportive, which will support the menopausal diagnosis, hormonal evaluation. We also test for cardiovascular health, diabetes, because this is the phase where you can develop. Menopause is something which affects all your body, multiple organ systems. So we need to screen for all these things, for your cardiovascular health, your bone health, breast evaluation, mammogram, health of the uterus, ovaries, and after which we come to a conclusion of what stage the woman is, what is her main issue, and deal with it. So there is this, the thought that everybody feels, okay, I go to the doctor, they're going to put me on hormonal pills. No. We do not start hormonal pills for everybody. It's only when it is needed. For a lot of them, just a little bit of lifestyle changes, support will do the job.
What kind of lifestyle changes?
So one is sleep hygiene, because that is where things start. Your night sweats. So we teach you sleep hygiene as to what you're supposed to eat during the day, what you're supposed to, avoid in the evening hours, and what are the techniques you should apply to get better sleep. Sometimes few medications temporarily help you put into better sleep cycles. So that is called sleep hygiene. Along with some physical activity, because you develop a lot of aches and pains, your joint starts to stiffen up. Supplements like vitamin D, calcium, because this is a phase where what you're taking through your diet will not be sufficient to maintain your bone health. So that is again extremely important. We test for all these things, put them on supplements, and usually unless the symptoms are extremely severe, disrupting your lifestyle, we try lifestyle management for most of the women for the initial 3 to 6 months. And suppose if needed, we definitely start them on hormone replacement therapy. So you will be evaluated in detail with a history, examination, necessary lab investigations, a gynecological consult, nutritional consult if needed, and then we see how you are doing. Regular follow-ups are something which is extremely important. Patients come to us in the beginning, and then for 6 months they disappear and then come back with much worse symptoms. So follow-up is extremely important in the initial phase till we figure out what's working for you, because these are individualized. It's not like everybody is given the same thing.
Yeah. So you can't have a friend who's gone to health study for this and say, well, this is what she's doing, I'm just going to do what she's doing.
No, it doesn't work that way. So based on if your symptoms are localized, suppose for you the main issue is vaginal dryness, genitourinary issues, we just give you some estrogen creams which will help take care of those symptoms. Okay, and sometimes suppose you have a lot of systemic issues, then we have to put you on hormone replacement therapy. Now the goal here is to start early, give the minimal effective dose required, and try to stop it at the earliest. So that is the goal, and most of the studies have shown that you start early, it works much better. There are patients who come at 55, 60 years of age, because only that is when they realize that, okay, all this is happening because of menopause.
Yeah, and that's when it's at its worst?
So that is when, the symptoms are worse, and the medications might not work very well, like how they do in the initial part of the menopause. So which is why starting early and then doing it for the shortest period of time, stopping is extremely important. And follow-ups, because we monitor you. Every medication comes with its own plus and minus. There will be some side effects, but when you are monitored regularly, it is quite safe.
And so that's this is a continuous thing for sometimes, as far as the follow-ups and so forth?
Yes.
That goes on for a while?
Yes. So now it depends. For some people, 1 or 2 years of medications is good enough. They're able to deal with the things. They start feeling better. So we taper the medications and then stop and then see if they're doing okay without it.
So it is possible to be stable at some point?
Yes, of course. So we try to reach a stage where you're feeling your best with the least amount of medications required. Continue it for some time, then slowly, try to taper it and stop and just follow up after that. But for some people, it might be a little longer, tedious process where they might require medications for a little longer time. So why follow-ups are important is we know what are the complications to expect with time and with the medication what we are giving you, which is why you're screened for multiple things like breast cancer, endometrial cancer, for clots, because these are some of the complications which can happen.
So that's why those core tests is so important.
Is important because there are also a few contraindications, like people who already had a history of breast cancer, we cannot use certain type of medications, hormonal treatments for them. So we need to think of alternatives. Which is why it is very important that we keep screening you, make sure you're not developing any complications, and that is how it goes.
What would you say to women, and I guess men, as you mentioned, why come and choose Health City's menopause clinic?
Because, like I said, we have made it quite streamlined. You're not going around 100 places seeing different specialists. We have made it streamlined so that it's easier for you. In one go, you're evaluated, you are seen by a physician, gynecologist, necessary things are done. Follow-up is done in particular way, so it is quite easier for them. And we have everything that is needed, like all the tests that is needed, including bone scan, everything for the follow-up. So at one place you're going to get everything, and that would be much easier and much streamlined.
So is your clinic, menopause clinic, is that the only one in Cayman?
I think so. I'm not very sure about that. Yeah.
Okay.
A dedicated clinic for menopause, I think I've not heard of it anywhere else.
So is this located Camana Bay or East End?
Camana Bay mainly, but if somebody wants the services in East End, we definitely do things to accommodate the same. But most of the clinics, what we have, the menopause clinics, are at Camana Bay.
So all this is done in one go, in one day?
So we try to do it. Yes, because there are multiple tests involved, like seeing a gynecologist, getting your bone scan done, getting your mammogram done. So it might take initially a little bit of time. We book appointments. We do everything on our own. You just have to come and do the needful as we advise.
Dr. Aditi Nagaraju, Consultant General Medicine at Health City. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Well, right now it's 1 o'clock. That means we have to check in with the newsroom.
Information, entertainment, inspiration.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Brac.
Since 1976 till now.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. The Ritz-Carlton Grand Cayman has earned Condé Nast Travelers' inaugural Triple Crown Award alongside Four Seasons Resort and Residences Anguilla. The honor combines all three of the publication's top rankings: Hot List, Gold List, and Reader's Choice. In a statement today, DART said the recognition reflects excellence from editors, industry experts, and guests. In international news, Andy Burnham has been sworn in as the MP for Makerfield just hours after Keir Starmer announced his resignation as Prime Minister and Labour leader. Burnham has said he will stand to replace Starmer with backing from former Health Secretary Wes Streeting. Starmer says he will stay on until a successor is chosen. In other news, Canada has unveiled a strategy to accelerate nuclear power with a goal of building up to 10 new large-scale reactors. Announcing the plan today, Natural Resources Minister Tim Hodgson said the government aims to have 2 reactors under construction by 2035 and 5 more planned or under development by 2040. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or belly fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Your Cayman Islands Health Services Authority has been the national healthcare provider of the Cayman Islands for many generations. We have elevated our level of care to ensure you, our patients, have the best possible experience. We offer better access to care close to home with the most locations on all 3 islands, delivering a full range of primary, secondary, tertiary, and emergency care. HSA is a JCI accredited organization, and we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Following the storm of 1932, Cayman Brac, under the initiative of Commissioner A.W. Cardinal, engaged in several different industries to boost their recovery efforts. Sharks were actively fished for their skins, which were then shipped via Jamaica to New York. For perspective, one good shark skin over 35 inches could feed a family for a week. Egging became more common. The practice of egging meant traveling hundreds of miles to the Sorana, Pedro, and Morant Cays and collecting birds' eggs and then shipping them direct to Jamaica. The eggs would value at £4 per thousand, with the season record being 291,000 eggs collected. Cattle and goat hide tanning was also a trade unique to the Brac by the Lazari family in Northeast Bay. Its leather products supplied the sister islands and was exported to Jamaica and sold in Grand Cayman.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and let's take a look at the weather here. The afternoon is calling for partly cloudy, the forecast for the afternoon, calling for partly cloudy skies, and the current conditions here in Georgetown, it is 90 degrees and feeling more like 106. It's hot, hot, hot out there. Yep. Everything falling into place. It is summer, and we got El Nino going. So, the heat is on, no doubt about it. And let's see here. The winds out of the southeast at 9 knots. Humidity is 70%. And let's take a look at the forecast, see what the evening holds. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of overnight showers. Temperatures will fall to the low 80s. Winds will be east at 10 to 15 knots. Seas moderate with waves running at 3 to 5 feet. Sunset is at 7:05, and the outlook is for a continued chance of showers Tuesday into Wednesday, As instability affects the islands, however, the presence of dust haze in the atmosphere could inhibit rainfall. Yeah, that dust hanging around us again. So beware of that. And it's open line from here on out until 2:30. Whatever you have on your mind, we can talk about it. Well, almost anything. Numbers to call: 1-800-534-8255. That is courtesy of Flo. You can also reach the studio at 949-8037, 949-6990, and you can reach us on WhatsApp on 925-3261. Well, as you may already know, we just had it on the news there. Keir Starmer has finally succumbed to all the pressures which was coming from within, from without. The pressures were coming from all angles for him to resign. And this afternoon in London, he announced that he would be resigning. He had already informed His Majesty. And looks like, they're not even going to really need to have a leadership contest. Though everything was supposedly in place for if he stepped down, which he did, and there would be a leadership contest for the Labour Party. But I don't know if you've heard of him, Andy Burnham. Yep. He has now won a seat in a by-election and is now an MP. And all eyes are on him. All bets are in him. Because, it seems like everybody has said, you're the man. So we're going to look to you to lead the Labour Party back, because from what I was hearing this morning on BBC, the polls were like in the cellar as far as the Labour Party is concerned, and they're looking for someone to lead Labour back to a viable political party, because they were saying, and this is a number of people saying this is, if it went to an election right now, Labour would be trounced, and they're hoping that Burnham will be able to turn things around and lead Labour back to, where they can even win an election. And, of course, he'll have a lot of things on his hands, but it looks like he's going to be the one to take the leadership at Labour. BBC, when he was coming into London to be sworn in this morning as an MP, just as an ordinary MP, he won the by-election, and they were had the helicopter out following his train. It was as if he was headed to Buckingham Palace, as the new prime minister or something, rather than just coming to Westminster to be sworn in. The helicopter followed the train into the station, and then he got in a taxi. They followed the taxi. It was like, is this guy just an ordinary MP? And apparently that's the first time that has ever happened, from what the commentators were saying. So those are where the bets are on Burnham, Andy Burnham, to be the new leader of the Labour Party. And we'll just have to watch from afar and see how that all works out, right? So that's the same system that we have. Westminster seems to be able to cope with these things and have things run smoothly. Of course, UK has been, sort of like on a prime minister parade. I forget how many now that they've had, one after the other. The Conservatives went through the same thing, and now it's Labour's turn to play the prime minister game. Well, our parliament is in session, and we were talking about that on Friday. They had the state opening, and the governor laid out the plans there for what the government will be up to in the coming months and year. And so we're all set for that. And they are, in today, and they'll be doing their debating. And there's a number of things. Let me see if I can find some of the things that are up to be discussed in this Parliament. I know one popular item that's being brought by MP Perlina Lumsted is increasing the duty-free allowance, that you can bring in when you go abroad and you go shopping, moving that up to $800. I'm sure no one will be complaining about that as far as the general population is concerned. Not with Christmas 6 months away, and lots of people will be heading to Miami, Tampa, and wherever. And if you go overseas, you're going to shop, right? It's kind of a must, It's like you can't go overseas and not do some shopping. And now if that has passed in time, because the government has to accept it and amend the law, people will surely be taking advantage of that as far as what they're bringing in. So that is another item that will be on the agenda for this sitting of the House. And what else is going on? Give me a shout. Numbers to call: 1-800-534-8255. That is courtesy of Flo. And you can also reach us on 949-8037 and 949-6990. WhatsApp 925-3261. And we can talk about, anything you want to talk about. Maybe you got something you want to pass along, some good news. We can always use a little cheering up here. So reach out and give me a call. And seems like more Sahara dust coming our way. We don't need any more of that, but looks like that. Maybe we won't have any hurricanes because of El Nino, but we'll have a lot of dust around, right? And that can really be annoying for a lot of people. Because it's people with asthma. During that last spell there, I know someone who actually had to go to the hospital. He was working outside, working up on a roof, and that dust got to him, and he had to go get a little medical attention at the hospital. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
How are you doing?
I would be okay if I didn't have to stop on the road so much time to bend down to pick up people's garbage and throw it to the side. I don't know what is going on, but people are dropping the garbage. They're dropping their pieces of their lawn service in the road, and some of them is huge, and they're just sitting there, boxes in the road. And Main and Mo crosses them, and I am the one who's stopping and putting car on flashers, taking a risk and coming up on our main roads to pick up garbage. This needs to stop. I thought there was a fine for these lawn service guys, and I can't say the person that I guess I can't say that, but I thought these lawn guys had a fine for when they drop the stuff. They're not covering the stuff up properly. People are dropping banana boxes and all kind of tight boxes in the road, 5-gallon buckets, flower pots, and just crossing and leaving it there. And old me is stopping because you there?
Yeah, I'm listening to
I
you.
don't want neither one of my family members, my friends, my grandchildren, my enemies, or anybody to get hurt because of some negligence of an individual leaving the stuff in the road when they are backing stuff on the back of the truck. Something has to be done about it. It is serious.
This is stuff like this coming from gardening service trailers and stuff like that?
Gardening service and people who is carrying lightweight stuff on the back of their trucks, and it's just flying off into the road, and they are driving and leaving it. So I saw a gentleman just the other day had this ton of seaweed on the back of his truck, and I just went and picked it up from somewhere trying to get east with it. And I was behind him, and believe me, that seaweed was flying off of that truck while he was driving. He never had it covered up. Then the Scottish lawn guy a couple of weeks ago had tons of leaves on the back of the truck, and the leaves are flying. And no, by the time he got to the garbage dump, there was no leaves left on the back of the truck. They're all on our roads. Something needs to be done. This is crazy.
Well, I think there is a law that they have to, have a cover over that stuff. I know the dump trucks do.
The dump trucks, there's one right now carrying rocks and do have one piece of mesh over the top of the rock.
Yeah, well, that's an offense for sure.
And I must say that I'm not hearing IJ Briggs too much, but I just hope that they're going to continue to follow up on those trucks in regards just to bring the law out and leave it and don't follow up. Because this is what happened to us when came on. We are not following up on things. We just make the law and leave it alone.
Well, it's been quieter. It has been quieter, I must say.
Yes,
I've noticed the difference.
Definitely, it has been quiet some places, yes. But I can still hear them from time to time. But believe me, not as much. But then again, you just can't bring it in law and leave it alone and think that they're not going to test you to do it when they feel like they want to hear that noise in their ears. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to have no ear problem, But really and truly, these guys need to something when they're toting their stuff on the back of the trucks and tie it down properly, cover it up properly. And I saw this guy driving with this big old piece of plastic on the back of the truck that's flying. And I'm like, oh, my God, I hope this never goes on anybody's windscreen to cause an accident. The people out here is too careless. They are too careless. They do not care. You tell me how many people we can say that care about our streets and what our neighborhoods look like and so forth and so forth. It's just a money-making situation. And I'm going to say this to you and leave you with this. I feel deeply we got a liquor store in every corner of this island. Every 10 minutes of driving, you can come up on a liquor store. One truck that's crossing, believe me, she's quiet as a mouse. Just crossing, she's quiet as a mouse. Got a strong belief. I have witnessed some of it with these workers, constructions, anyone that's out here working on these roads and certain businesses. They are popping into these liquor stores, getting their beers and mixing their rum and so forth and driving. We got people out here who's driving and drinking as they're driving, and we are doing nothing about it. All we are doing is waiting for an accident to happen, and then we're going to take a breath test. Can you imagine? No, we need to monitor these roads a bit better than we are monitoring them. Believe me. Believe me, we really need to. We take everything for granted, you know? So I got a strong belief, and like I said, I have witnessed several people drinking beer and stuff in the road. You know what I saw one day? A guy was driving, he had a Pepsi in his hand, and I one of those flasks of rum. And he was driving and had to put it up on that steering wheel, trying to pour that rum into that Pepsi can. This is what we got out here, and I guess what I see, how I see so much. Let me tell you something. I'm very observative when I come on the streets. Very observative when I'm out here.
Well, you're on the road a lot, right, for your work? So.
On the road, yes. And then again, when I'm on that bus, I'm high up in the air. I can see more. But, you know, real and truly, something needs to be done in regards to these people with these lawn service and people who's carrying stuff on the regular trucks and it's flying off. I'm tired of stopping picking up stuff off the road.
Well,
in the middle of the road, you know.
Congratulations on being a good citizen anyway. You stop and pick it up.
Yeah, but I have a sick back and leg.
Yeah.
I'm not the other bending down, picking up no boxes on the road for nobody.
Oh, you shouldn't have to do it at all. You shouldn't have to do it at all.
Yeah, and when I touch the crowd, they got to run over me in the road.
Well, thank you for the call.
All right.
You take care.
Good.
Let's take another call. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good day, Mr. Charlo.
Yes, good day.
How are you today, sir?
I'm fine, and you?
Oh, not bad. I have been getting a little deeper into the poetry.
Yeah.
So
aren't they having a poetry reading at the Harkwell? You should go to that and read your poetry.
Right. I think I heard about it. Yeah. But anyway, Mr. Charlo, I have been, getting into the AI and getting some info on the poetry, and I learned some stuff. And here says, this section says, the intersection of poetry and cryptocurrency celebrates the decentralized ethos, cryptographic architecture, and the transformative potential of digital assets. From artistic expressions on the blockchain to clever methods of securing wealth, the crypto community has heavily embraced literary creativity. But I didn't know that, Mr. Charlo.
Now, did you understand that? Because I didn't.
Well, it is the intersection of poetry and cryptocurrency celebrates the decentralized ethos.
Right.
Cryptographic architecture.
Yeah, I don't think reading it again is going to make me understand it.
Oh, you don't understand what they're saying. Okay, well, it's a lot that you have to read.
Yeah.
I've been learning some stuff, and in relation to the poetry, it has a lot to do with the ecosystem of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Has a lot to do with you can make your own poetry and all that sort of stuff, and so I've been learning some stuff when it concerns poetry in relation to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and I'm saying, well, wow, I really appreciate learning this. Wouldn't mind if
now you have to apply it. Now that you learn it, then you apply it.
And then the thing that you told me also, Mr. Charlo, really had a lot to do with it too. Advising me to record,
copyright your stuff.
To record it on and have a little music in the background, and I was reading, and I said, but Mr. Charlo told me some very good things,
Well, listen, I got to see if I can get another call in here before I go to a break, okay?
Oh, okay, sir.
You have a good afternoon.
All right, you too, sir. Okay.
All right, and let's take another call. Good afternoon, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Charlo.
Yes, how are you doing?
Good, fine, thanks, sir. Good afternoon, Cayman Islands. I want to send him the first caller that came on, Miss Jan Garden, about the garbage from the vehicles. It is a disgrace, and it should be the law. The laws are there, but no good we have laws if they're not being enforced. And all these vehicles that are driving up and down with garbage and materials and everything that are not properly covered up should be fined. I was driving last week, Thursday, in a tour bus. There were a lot of tourists in my bus. And a truck was going ahead of me right by the bridge by Kempton Hotel. And 2 sheets of sheetrock flew off of that truck. But it almost hit my vehicle. But then, and the tourists in the vehicle said, well, we thought that we had this policy where we were charging $5,000 for cleanup, for littering. So we want to know if we're not enforcing our laws. And I told them, yes, but eventually when they get caught will be when they'll pay it. But until somebody enforces it, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And we also need to deal with these homes that are having all these vehicles, people working at their vehicles in their yard. I don't know whether they got this license, but this is too many derelict vehicles that are left all over the place to harbor roaches and rats.
Yeah, true.
The government needs to look into it because it's a disgrace, and we were supposed to be a first world country, but we're worse than the third world. We're worse than third world countries. Are we just like them now?
No, you're not talking about people who are working on their own car, right?
No.
They got 2, 3 cars in the yard working on them.
For garages.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where, I thought that DCI, I don't know where they have a business license or they don't. And maybe they need to drive around, DCI needs to drive around and start issuing some fines.
Well,
they're doing those kind of jobs without license. And because most of it you'll find they're not Caymanians. Because if Caymanian got a business there, they got a license.
I'll tell you something. Last year we had some people on from DCI, and they will welcome the information as if you want to call them and tell them, there's people here in the neighborhood or in some neighborhood that has got, a garage going in their front yard. They'll go check it out.
Well, I can call, but it is so sad that we got so much government people driving up and down. Tell me, because if I can see it as a civilian, I don't see why they can't see it. And if they don't have no teeth to do their job, maybe they need some teeth.
Well, if they don't have a business license, they can shut them down.
But I don't know if they're not got a license. That's DCI should be checking that out. That's like immigration coming out to raid. When immigration goes to a job site, they don't know where maybe they got information there is somebody there that is illegal, but when they get there, they find more one person. So DCI needs, I'm sure if they listen to radios, they hear people complain about it. From West Bay straight to, I don't know about Kevin Brack, but straight to East End, it's going on. So they can't tell me they're not seeing it. So they need to come out with whether, maybe it might be their friends that they're afraid to to approach on it, but unfortunately, the law should be for everybody.
Yeah, well, it should, yeah. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with just giving them a little tip too.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't mind giving them a call, but I'm sure. I am sure the government, a lot of the government employees listen to the radio. So.
Yeah, but you got to, the right people have to get the information.
Yeah. Well, we'll send a message. We'll see how much that'll be done, but.
Okay.
It needs to be done. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for the call. Have a good afternoon. We have to take a break. Be right back.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Are you looking for more weekend getaways with Friday flights? Well, Cayman Airways has added Friday flights to Panama for a limited time this summer. They're perfect for short and long weekend getaways, quick business trips, or easy connections across Latin America. And if Jamaica is on your summer wish list, seasonal summer flights to Montego Bay are also available. Call Cayman Airways on 949-2311, contact a travel agent, or visit CaymanAirways.com. See you on board our Friday flights to Panama this summer.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. The ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom. The land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco. Keeping Cayman covered.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, invites you to be a part of history as we rename our headquarters to honoring the man who helped build our national station from the ground up. Join government officials, past and present staff, and family and friends as we pay tribute to Mr. Loxley Banks for his decades of service to broadcasting and to our islands. Join us on Friday, June 26th at 9 a.m. right here on the grounds of Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman, the voice, heart, and soul of the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. I just saw this thing flash up here. Lionel Messi stands alone among World Cup goal scorers. Messi scored the 17th goal of his World Cup career in sublime fashion today against Austria. Messi's first half goal came as he took a shot with his famous left foot first time and roped it past the goalkeeper. So Lionel Messi living up to all the billing. He's out there playing like a champion. I got this WhatsApp message here. This is about the people who can't find the garbage can, or carrying stuff in their trucks and dropping it all over the roads. Says Chalo, I don't do much shopping these days. I go cruising. When you see them, call in their vehicle number. They throw stuff out their windows while driving. Yeah, it's people, they eating in the car. They got an empty bag or empty hamburger wrapper, and it's like the whole island is their garbage can. They just throw it out the window and make it be somebody else's problem, and they good Lord, why can't you just, keep it in your car until you get where you're going, and then put it in a trash can? That's something, a mentality that just can't understand. And what about the people? There's a trash can in sight, but they just throw it on the ground and keep moving, right? Well, let's take a look here what some of the things that are on the agenda in Parliament. The government is bringing some bills here. One is titled the Status of Children Amendment Bill, and this modernizes aspects of Cayman's parentage laws. One change that is going to be made there, among others, but this seems to be the most outstanding one, but 16 and 17-year-olds would be able to consent to DNA testing in cases where parentage is the issue. Right now, as it stands, they have to rely on an adult to do so on their behalf, but 16 and 17-year-olds would be able to give their own consent for DNA testing in parentage cases. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Yes, Mr. Jallo.
Howdy. How you doing?
I'm watching Argentina here, man.
Yeah, you saw Messi make his record-making goal?
Yeah, man. That's their fault. They played him so good in that first half there. And just took their eyes off of him, and that's what happened.
They took their eyes off her for a second.
Yeah. 1 second. That's all he needs.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I said, Jallo, it's always a sad case here, man, is talking about this garbage business, right?
Uh-huh.
I keep saying what we did 70 years ago, gone. The law says you can't do that no more. God bless East End and Northside, because I'm quite sure they still carry it on. When we got burn it, we got burn it. You understand?
Yeah, but people have an issue with that too.
Well, that's what I said, man. Well, I tell you, right now, Circle Drive, Jallo, whether I'm walking, whether I'm riding, sometimes I really got to stop and catch my breath. Stink, man. Stink. That's one of the areas in Cayman with that smell there today. Nothing but garbage, my boy.
So is that coming from the landfill?
No, that coming from the roadside.
From the roadside?
Because
I mean, that much garbage on the roadside?
All what our minister is telling people, things not that great with them garbage trucks and things. You understand? It's not that great with them garbage trucks and things.
What do you mean?
And the kind of garbage that them people that really put on the roadside, right? One day, and that's going to smell.
Mm-hmm.
But no days, yeah. One day, and that's going to smell. You know what I'm saying? So things are not as great with the environment health is what they're trying to make us believe. I live right alongside the road, and I looking at homes. They're not touched maybe for 2-3 days. Yeah, so
but hold on a second. Are you saying that the garbage truck is putting it along the road?
They're not picking it up, Shadow.
Oh, they're not picked up?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's going to smell, because I say the kind of garbage I smell coming out of these people's homes. I don't know what they really got inside them garbage bags, like smell like dead animal and all kinds of things.
Well, if cuttings, I mean, if you got any kind of meat in there, it's going to smell. And vegetable matter also. I mean,
let me tell you something now. Where these people, because foreigners heavily involved in it, because they want to see Cayman Island, like where they come from. And maybe where they come from, they're not going to know what they're going out there and do a clean up, like how they see in the Cayman Islands. So, that gives them all the more right. Just throw it out the window. Somebody will pick it up. You understand? But it's not all together the foreigners. We got Caymanians involved in it.
Oh, yeah.
Big time. You understand? Again, Shadow, we know how it goes. If you don't get it from the home, if it's not instilled in you in the home.
But if I'm understanding you right now, you're saying that the garbage is now being collected from the homes along what was a particular street?
No, but Circle Drive. I live in Circle Drive. I live
Okay.
in Circle Drive.
So it's not being serviced by environmental health the way it should be?
Not as good as it could be.
Well, give them a call and make a complaint.
I don't know about this case. No, man, about me,
But you're complaining about it.
and really, well, you don't hear me talk about this too often, right?
No.
Really at my age now, child, I don't want to deal with this because I want to see what happened to Cayman, what we did to it, and what we're still doing to it. I don't really want to get involved in this.
Yeah, I mean, where I live, they come once a week.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems to work out there. I don't know. I don't know about the neighborhood you're talking about.
I know what we had. We lost, and it's not coming back. And you just sending up your blood pressure every day, talking about this kind of thing. I know better than how come. It's gonna get worse. Every day Cayman Airways lift up. And you got the British Airways coming inside your bedroom. The next morning, you see different faces.
Well, that's
So we continue.
that's where we're at.
We continue to hurt ourselves. You understand? So either either. Anyway, later, my brethren.
All right, take care.
Yeah, man, cool.
We're going to pause there to take a break, but we got a couple of callers. Just hang in there for me. Be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
The Lions Club of Grand Cayman is proud to continue to serve our island community. The club continues to host successful community projects like the Prostate and Colon Cancer Awareness Campaign, free site screening in schools, spelling bee, swim meets, and their community pantry. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman looks forward to continuing their service for many years to come. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman, where there's a need, there's a lion, serving the community for over 50 years.
Did you know there are over 100 Adventist-owned businesses right here in the Cayman Islands? Adventist entrepreneurs are making a powerful impact across Cayman. Join us on Sunday, June 28th at 2 p.m. at the Lion Center, Grand Cayman for the ASI Cayman Business and Career Expo. Explore products and services, enjoy exclusive discounts, free samples, giveaways, and exciting prizes. Need a wellness check? Enjoy free health screenings and relaxing massage therapy. Thinking about your future career? Young people, students, and job seekers, whether you're looking to grow your business, plan your future, network with professionals, or simply enjoy a great community event, this is the place to be. Admission is absolutely free. The ASI Cayman Business and Career Expo. Showcase, connect, succeed. Sunday, June 28th, 2 p.m. at the Lion Center. For more information, visit asicayman.interamerica.org.
Hi, this is Gary King from Totally 80s. My special guest this week is Carly Simon. Carly talks about her unfulfilled ambitions. I'll also bring you the latest news on the biggest stars of the decade.
This is Totally 80s.
Heard on Saturdays from 2 until 4 p.m. on Breeze 105.3 and 91.9. And brought to you with the kind compliments of KFC.
One of my favorite memories listening to Radio came on over in the BRAC was during hurricane season, waiting for the updated storm coordinates to be able to track it on the map. So I would be either by the radio or by the map. Me or my dad, whoever was closest to the radio would shout out the coordinates and the other person would mark it down on the map, and then we'd both take a look and see where we predicted the storm to be moving and how quickly it would get to the BRAC or how close it would come to the BRAC. It's one of my favorite memories. Happy 50th anniversary, Radio came on.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Let's go straight to the phones. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Chalo. Mario, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Good. Pleasant afternoon and beautiful Cayman Islands. And I want to just say greetings to all of the listeners here and wherever they're listening from around the world. I just want to shout out the previous caller before the break. And I'm so happy that he's having time to watch the World Cup. And he's from the famous West Bay Lions of the 70s. So he's still a baller, and still very much a good commentator. Good guy. Chalo, Sir Charles Glidden, or Chalo.
Whichever.
I just want to speak briefly about the Cuba relief and the Cayman Airways suspension of flights. The last flight being this week Friday from Georgetown to Havana. And just want to say that it's unfortunate, but I understand the pressures. We know where it's coming from, commercially and politically. But I just want to say that I'm working with a group called the Blue Unicorn Group Foundation that has actually been, for the last couple of months, collecting donations and also buying medical supplies and distributing them through a private community and church-based group of physicians in Cuba and the Isle of Pines to try to get some medical supplies out to the clinics and whatnot. It's not going to address the needs of the entire country, 11 million people, but certainly it'll help in critical cases,
Sure.
elderly and young and whatnot. So if anyone, and people have been donating, some of the pharmacies here and individuals and groups, if anyone would like to donate medical supplies, medicines, vitamins, and the like, or cash, they can call or WhatsApp 916-1144 or 928-0406 so that the final shipment can be arranged and sent this Friday on Cayman Airways to Havana. And we want to thank Cayman Airways for all the help over the last couple of months in discounting and in some cases free transport of some of the boxes and whatnot of medical supplies and other things. But like I say, the situation over there is terrible, as we know. I could talk for hours.
Yeah, well, give us a little synopsis of what you know about what's going on in Cuba. Well,
some people have had no electricity for the last 36 hours, So every day they probably get, 3 or 4 hours electricity, which means that they can't store their food in fridges because, everything's all spoiled. Mm-hmm. So they have to, find other means, whether it is just, go out and grab something while they can and cook it when they have some electricity or whatnot. Because of course gas is short too, so they have these burners that are electrical. They put those in, they cook something and have it. So they have issues with that. Power cuts, like I said, tremendous power cuts. Couple hours a day, if that. Blackouts. People are struggling for food. Medical supplies are almost non-existent. Transportation, to get to work, to get the little pittance that they get for work, you can hardly afford transportation because it's very scarce because there's no fuel. And then those people who can get transportation, you got to pay so much for it now. So it's really, really terrible. It's really self-inflicted genocide, but it's made even worse by the outside forces as well.
Because the Trump administration virtually has a blockade on Cuba.
Yeah, the communist government from 1959 have been talking about this blockade and embargo and whatnot. And there's been the sanctions, but now there's a physical blockade right now. So, things can't get in, fuel can't get in. Countries are being pressured. Those who assist for commercial reasons or for humanitarian reasons are being pressured. So it's a terrible situation. I'm hoping that at the end of the day, even though I agree that something has to be done to improve the situation, because it is really inhumane living conditions there now.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, whatever happens by force or otherwise, that is properly thought out, and it's not just some Rambo-style operation that ends up making the situation worse than it is now, because to transition from what they have been brainwashed to accept for the last 6 to 7 years to a more democratic and sort of free market-based system is not going to happen overnight. It'll take some time. So it has to be a plan. I'm hoping that there's a plan, and I'm hoping that there's some negotiated arrangement between the Cuban government and other sensible international players that will end up in something that is done properly to help the people without resorting to destruction.
So without Cayman Airways, you're not going to have any access to be able to send these relief items.
No, that's right. There's talk about a charter, talk about maybe doing something by boat, but doing that between here and Cuba is not easy because of the red tape and the bureaucracy, and the hardline approach, but also because of the potential impact of intervention. Boats or otherwise out there might not be safe at this time, and so there will certainly be a cessation of shipments as of end of day Friday.
So what's those numbers again that you gave?
There is some talk about going through Panama, but even that is not. So the numbers that people can call or WhatsApp if they want to donate some medical supplies. The number is 916-1144 or 928-0406. And as I said, it's not going to help the entire population, but it'll help some people. And we are commanded. In the Bible, the good book says, and the disciples asked the Lord, what is the greatest commandment? He said, the greatest commandment is to love the Lord your God with all your heart. He said the second commandment, which is equally important, is love thy neighbor as thyself. So I think even though we may differ politically, we have a different agenda, we also have to remember that our neighbor is not just the person that live next to.
Yes.
It's also people in need, right?
Well, Mario, thank you for the call. Let me see if I got one caller I need to try and get in before 2. But
all right, sir.
We'll spread the word on those numbers.
Thank you very much.
All right, you take care. Let's get another caller in here. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Yeah, Mr. Glidden.
Uh-huh.
The gentleman that called before this gentleman in regard to the garbage. I believe it came under Timor umbrella some years ago that collecting garbage once a week in this island. Ludicrous. And we have had so many governments after him, and which he's still in government, and we have different people in those departments when it comes to the health and blah, 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 and environment and whatever. And we still having once per week garbage collection on this island. I've been saying it cannot work. Once a week cannot work. We got dogs throwing garbage out. We got chickens throwing garbage out. We got people who's not putting the garbage in.
Yeah, well, the people have to take a little responsibility too. I mean, you got a secure garbage can.
You can secure your garbage, but you can't make it sit there for a whole week. Sometimes a week and a day.
I don't know. It seems to work okay in Prospect.
Pardon?
It works okay in Prospect from what I've seen.
Garbage works well in Prospect?
Yeah, once a week.
Once a week?
Yep.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe I don't put out a lot of garbage.
Oh, Mr. Glidden, me and you're not going to have this conversation. We're not going to have this conversation because, everybody has a different eye of view of garbage. And I have experienced a lot of garbage throughout this island is not being picked up. It's only being picked up once per week. And the garbage is a disgrace sitting outside of the people's home, apartment, and so what? It may be put into. Some people take a cornflakes box and put garbage in it, set it up there for our men to pick up. They don't respect our servicemen at all, and that is not right. They are human beings too, and they need to buy proper bags to put their garbage in.
And proper garbage cans.
Listen to me now. Yes, you know how much for a garbage bin? Some of these people didn't buy no garbage bin. They didn't want to buy the garbage bin holders and put their bags into that for the garbage truck. They'll toss the bag in there or hurt the bag. Now they're throwing the little blue grocery bags now into the garbage with their garbage in it. Let me tell you something. I don't care who they are, but we got some nasty people living amongst us when it comes to garbage.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with that.
Huh?
I will not disagree on that.
Lots of nasty people living amongst us. And like the guy said, even our own Caymanians are doing it because they're saying, well, if they can come to my island and do it, I can do it too. No, don't look at it like that. Keep your island clean. We're not accustomed of garbage in this island all over the place in out of control. We're not accustomed to that living. And now we got to accept it because of our population. And like the man said, every time we turn on, the flames are coming in full. And there's always someone new walking on our street. Let me tell you something. I had my brother working in my yard some months ago. And I just got some gravel delivered. So my brother said, two guys came looking for a job. I said, really? So when I got home, the guys came in the yard and said, if I need some help with the gravel. I said, no. I said, do you have a work permit? No, me just got off the plane. I said, excuse me. I said, I could have been a police officer, or I could have been an immigration officer, and you have to be careful going or looking jobs that are work permit.
Listen,
okay.
I'm into news time. It's after 2.
Bye.
All right, take care. Mm-hmm. And I just got word Messi just scored another one. So it's 18 World Cup scores for him. He's racking up the record there. It's 2 o'clock. Let's go to the newsroom.
One radio station.
Radio Cayman is the voice of the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. The National Drug Council is urging the community to mark World Drug Day on June 26th by renewing its focus on prevention, education, and evidence-informed action. This year's theme highlights persisting drug problems and new challenges, including synthetic substances, youth substance use, and the influence of digital platforms. The council is encouraging everyone to get involved. In international news, Guinea has imposed an immediate ban on on exports of unrefined gold, in a move President Mamadi Doumbouya says is aimed at boosting the economy and creating more jobs. He says Guinea will now require its gold to be processed within its borders and that raw gold will no longer leave the country. Guinea is Africa's sixth largest gold producer and shipped more than 22 tons in the first quarter of this year. Authorities warn foreign mining companies they could lose their licenses and have contracts terminated if they violate the directive. In other news, California has filed suit against the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency after the agency sent the state's vehicle emissions rules to the Republican-controlled Congress for potential repeal today. The EPA said waivers for California environmental regulations approved under prior Democratic administrations should have been submitted to lawmakers under the Congressional Review Act. In its complaint, California says the EPA's action is illegal and should be blocked by the U.S. District Court in Washington. The state argues the agency is trying to, quote, wave a magic wand and turn a waiver into a rule. The case centers on landmark vehicle emission standards that have allowed California to set stricter pollution limits than federal rules. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and it's even hotter than what it was an hour ago. Here in Georgetown, it is 92 degrees, feels like 107, and the winds 8.5 knots out of the east-southeast. Humidity 64%. Let's take a look at the forecast. This evening, we can expect partly cloudy skies and a 30% chance of overnight showers. Temperatures will fall to the low 80s. Winds out of the east at 10 to 15 knots. Seas running 3 to 5 feet. Sunset at 7:05. And the outlook is for a continued chance of showers Tuesday into Wednesday as instability affects the islands. However, the presence of dust haze in the atmosphere could inhibit rainfall. And a WhatsApp message here talking about the garbage pickup. It says garbage pickup works, I guess that's in tropical gardens, one time per week. Yeah, sure. They need proper garbage bins. Government must ensure that each household has garbage bins. DEH do a fair job in household garbage, but not business garbage, sometimes no time for the week. And let's go to the phones. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon again, Mr. Tello.
Yeah.
Howdy, 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 howdy. Or I should say, buenas tardes.
So what's up now?
Tello, I was talking to a couple different nationalities, people from different countries. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
For the last couple of years, and I was saying to myself, I wonder how it would work if it could work if I were to give them permission to do some of my art, my music in their countries, and they don't have to send me the biggest amount of money, and they, make the best of it. They give them some rights and stuff like that. So they told me at least about 4 or 5 different people from different countries. They told me it could work. It could work in their countries and do it. And I'm saying to myself, but that ain't too bad.
Well, are you going to pursue that?
I think I'll try to do it in a charitable way, Mr. Charles. I gotta go by work, God give you strength.
Okay. Well, tell me, let us know how that works out for you, okay?
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay, you take care.
Oh, okay.
Let's take another call. Good afternoon, you're on the air. What's up, caller? Hello, you're on the air? Yes, good afternoon. Uh-huh.
I think the government needs to pay them at least 17 per hour. They work really hard. They get up very early in the morning. Population has increased. They have more work now than what they had before. Government
no, your connection not too good. Your connection not too good. You're talking about the guys who works on the trucks picking up the garbage.
Yes.
Okay. I'm hearing you a little better now.
Yeah, the government needs to pay them at least 17 per hour. Because these gentlemen work really hard. They get up 4 o'clock in the morning. Population has increased. So that means there's more work now to collect the garbage. And the garbage collection will only get worse when it comes to how much garbage they will.
Let me ask you: Are you on a speakerphone? Because we're having trouble hearing you. Are you on speakerphone?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. Okay, we lost that call. Okay, so there's no callers on the phone, right? On the phone lines? All right. We got a call coming in. Hello, are you there? Hello? No. That WhatsApp call was not working at all. As a matter of fact, I've been having some trouble with WhatsApp calls the last couple of days here. Just on my own phone. But, yeah, well, what he was getting at was that the people who work in DEH picking up garbage, that they should be properly paid. And indeed they should. It's a very important job. I mean, if you remember some time ago, there was some trouble with the trucks breaking down and so forth, and how quickly that garbage piles up. And you don't want that going on for too long, because all kind of problems come out of that, so that is a very important job that they're carrying out there, collecting garbage, and of course people often don't look at it as such and say, collecting garbage. Well, yeah, it's an important job indeed. And I'll tell you one of the things, and it started as it was an experiment, and it looks to me like it worked real well. The government actually, as a pilot project, distributed garbage cans, garbage bins, whatever you want to call them, with covers and wheels, and it's designed to hook up to the truck, that can just be picked up once the guys put it up to the truck and dumped. and they distribute them in Prospect. I'm not sure if Red Bay was part of that, but I know Prospect Park was part of that pilot program, and it looks to me like it works. So hopefully we'll see it expanded, where the government, actually supplies these garbage bins, and I guess they could, you could have it where they're different colors. One is for recycling, and the other is regular garbage. But from what I've seen around Prospect, it works out really well. Because for one, they're tall, they have lids on them. And one of our callers were talking about, the dogs tearing garbage apart, chickens, roosters, going and picking the bags open. But with those types of bins, dogs are not going to get to the garbage and tear it all apart. One, they're tall, and as I said, they actually have lids on there that you can cover it up. So hopefully we're going to see more of those, throughout the Cayman Islands, because they certainly work in Prospect Park. I want to take a moment to remind you that the Deputy Governor is scheduled to join me here on Talk Today tomorrow, and I'll give him sort of a exit interview as he prepares to retire from his post. So it should be a very interesting conversation. So that's tomorrow right here on Talk Today. And we still got, it's 14 minutes or so, 15 minutes to go here on Talk Today. So still time for a little conversation. You can give me a call. Do we have to take a break? So yeah, take a break. Be right back.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
It's here. Multi-year trade and business licenses are now available. You heard right. You can apply for TBLs up to 5 years. Save time, reduce paperwork, and focus on growing your business. Apply online at dci.gov.ky. Apply for your multi-year trade and business licenses today.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, invites you to be a part of history as we rename our headquarters to honoring the man who helped build our national station from the ground up. Join government officials, past and present staff, and family and friends as we pay tribute to Mr. Loxley Banks for his decades of service to broadcasting and to our islands. Join us on Friday, June 26th at 9 a.m. right here on the grounds of Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman, the voice, heart, and soul of the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and we do have a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
What's happening, guy?
You got it. Football. Messi's making records.
Yeah, I don't know what could happen this time, but I think he might get a surprise.
He's playing good.
Yeah, I know he is doing fairly well. He's doing good, but he got some other competition in that World Cup, my friend.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So, what about you? You watching it?
I've watched a couple of games, yeah. You know,
But you haven't played any. You haven't played any.
No, I haven't played any. I think I'm past doing that.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You're still young. What the old people would say, young and sprightly, so go for it.
Young at heart.
Yeah. Having said that, though, you remember Carl Cadet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one time he was playing with Billy Bike and Iwan Fighton and those boys on the West Bay field. And Carl, I think he was something like backman. Charlie, he kicked that ball from one goal right straight over the other goal post. Oh, my God. People always is talking about that Carl Cadet, you know. But
he had a foot on him, huh?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. He was certainly something else, man. Well, you're speaking about the environment department and the garbage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it's going to sound to you or even on top of the airways, but if you want to know what people are like, you just need to look and see how they display their garbage. It's such disheartening to see people can just get, if they got a little garbage bin, it's so small that you got so much people that are literally dumping on that.
Right.
It's just like a young Mount Trashmore, man. I mean, oh my God! And those garbage guys there that collected, I feel to the bottom of my heart for those guys, man.
Yeah, when they come to a house like that, right? They got one little garbage can and they got enough garbage out there for 3 garbage cans.
I'm telling you, this is out of order, and I'm sure that the environment department should and could do something about that. Just about maybe 6 months ago or less, this poor guy that he works in the garbage truck, he said, "Oh man, you can believe it or not, but 4 o'clock in the morning, I took up a garbage can and tried to put it in the garbage truck. And he said, I was frightened to death. This rat jumped over the can and jumped up in his chest. He was so frightened."
You jumped on his chest?
Yeah, he
What?
jumped on his chest, man. This kind of thing, you know. And it is not good. It's not good that these things would happen. At least, the least you can do is display your garbage in a proper manner. And it should be enforced. If you don't display your garbage, don't put it out in something like a container that is secured, we're not picking it up. And if you left it there, you're going to get prosecuted. We need to do something.
Mm-hmm.
It is just not good enough for the island. We're talking about the Cayman Islands and the best place in the world. Even me saying this, but come on.
But, you know, what this kind of scene that you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
That says so much about the person living there.
This is what I said.
I mean, what does the inside of the house look like?
You know, this.
I mean, you must take some pride in that, you know, how the front of your place look. You know, instead it looks like a garbage dump. You know, it's you got some cans and then everything is, you know, neat.
This is people that got some kind of a apartment complex, and they got one little makeshift thing made out of wood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much people they got, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 people there, but every weekend and before that, it's overrunning. It's piled up on top of pile. And I am still astonished that the environment has not went to the people and said, look, you have to get bigger containers. You must display your garbage in a proper manner. I don't know what to say anymore, but I know it's not good.
Yeah, I would really like to see them do what they did in Prospect Park. That they distribute these containers that even though they're big and so they must get heavy, but they can hook up to the truck. The guys working it don't have to pick the container up.
Right.
It just hooks up on the truck and the truck dumps it in.
Yeah, the new version of garbage trucks. Yeah, of course, that's a very good idea. So let's see if you can get like 6 or 8 of those trucks in West Bay then, so see if it makes any difference.
Well, obviously we have them.
Definitely,
so,
we need a lot of more interesting people to call some shots and say this is not good enough.
And people don't realize. The department's called environmental health. Department of Environmental Health. A lot of people just call it refer to it as garbage collectors. But it is about health. When you're talking about garbage, we're talking about health. And environmental health is very important because just like how you talk about that rat, if the garbage isn't collected, you're going to be overrun with rats.
Well, this is it. We always boast about the beautiful Cayman Island, but a clean place is a beautiful place, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
it's amazing how so many people comment. Visitors that I've had, or just visitors in general, comment. The Cayman is a clean place compared to a lot of places they've been.
It is definitely, but we still could do a better job.
Sure.
There's room for improvement,
Especially in our own front yards.
Absolute. I'll leave it here for now and have yourself a pleasant afternoon, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow.
Well, I hope we'll see you, and you see me.
Yeah.
All right, you take care.
Hopefully we'll meet at somewhere they're having a good game, all right?
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah, but you see a lot of that, as he described, people, either they've taken the house and they're renting rooms out to several different people in a house, or they have a small little a triplex, duplex, and they've got one little garbage can out there, no cover on it. And, garbage collected once a week. Well, if you got, 5 people living in a place, and you got one little garbage container out there by the road, it won't take long before, that's overflowing and the garbage is on the ground and all piled up. So, people have to take some responsibility in making sure that they have a garbage container out by the roadside that it can handle whatever amount of garbage that's being produced in that residence. We've got a caller on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Charles.
Yes, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I wish I could have called in a little bit earlier today, but I was a little busy.
Well, you're on now. So what's up?
Yeah. I just wanted to know, you have any specific topic you on right now?
Well, we kind of got on to garbage and people, throwing stuff on the road, and people not, putting the garbage when they put it out. It's they got one little trash can with a whole pile of bags around it, not putting out not getting a container that can handle the garbage that they produce at their residence.
Yeah, that's bad. That's very bad. And I've seen that trend going on for a long time, especially those that don't monitor the tenants. They have extra tenants, and that causes extra garbage. And you know what else causes extra garbage? Drinking.
Drinking, yeah.
Yeah, that causes a whole ton of garbage because you know what happens? You tend to forget the consequences of littering, and then you just do it. And that's I've stated this before. That's a main contributor to garbage and littering, alcoholism.
Yeah, because you tend to forget things.
Yeah, that's not deliberate doing it, but sometimes it is. You know, when I heard you mention about the rats and stuff like this, you know one thing that rats do carry that I know for sure that has recently been coming out?
What's that?
Toxoplasmosis. That same...
Say that again?
Toxoplasmosis.
Mm-hmm. What is that?
It's a parasite. It's a single-celled organism that is a host to the cat, or common house cat. And this is in almost every common house cat, for the information for everybody that has been talking about the latest discovery in West Bay with the feral cats carrying this parasite.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just as bad as us carrying cancer. And it's living in us, in the animal, and it's passed through the feces or urine. And I talked about this a long time ago when I was working in Humane Society, and I mentioned it, and I asked if there was any cases here in Cayman, because I was working amongst the cat room in the Humane Society. So it was to my understanding that it is a mind-controlling parasite.
Mind controlling.
Yeah, mind controlling.
But why you say that rats carry it? They're carriers of it?
Yeah, so what happens is, right, the only way how the life cycle of this parasite can be finalized is if the cat does his business and then the rat is attracted to it. And then when the rat is attracted to it, the rat eats a little bit of it, and then it goes back to the cat. That's why you see some strange activities where the rat looks like it's not afraid of the cat.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole entire purpose of the toxoplasmosis. The whole the parasite itself, which I can't remember exactly how it's called. It's called toxogondi or something like this. And with that parasite, it controls the mind to desire danger. So when the cat would hunt the rat and the rat would run away, instead it would be the opposite way. The cat would be confused why the heck the rat is coming towards me, but that's the whole point of the parasite. The parasite's life cycle ends with the rat, and it can only reproduce in the cat. So the only way how it can get back into the cat is through the rat.
So the cat eats the rat, and the cycle begins again.
Yeah, and there was a study in Europe. I don't want to mention
real quick because I'm out of time.
Yeah, I don't want to mention which country because I can't remember exactly. But there was they have the motorcycle races, and there was an increase in accidents. And they did a study and realized that most of the people that was getting in the accidents were indeed infected by the toxoplasmosis. So in other words, it could be a possible reason for a lot of the accidents in the Cayman Islands. That's all I'm saying. You hear about the driving under the influence. We don't know if driving under the influence of mind controlling parasites. No.
Oh my!
So the best thing about it is that once you're aware about it, you have an idea of the actions that you're doing. So in other words, it's just like it's catching you off guard. You wouldn't even know what's going on. That's why some people say, "I don't even know why I did that for." Huh? You know what I mean?
Okay, my friend, we're out of time here. But thank you for another interesting talk. You always surprise me with something. Well, that's it for me. I'm going to make my exit. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Charles Glidden. One love.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.